Do you feel like you're putting so much effort and time into your Etsy store only for there to be crickets and no sales at all? In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 7 main, very common reasons why Etsy sellers aren't seeing any sales and what you can do about it. Let's jump right in. The first one is your niche is oversaturated. So niches are basically like areas in a marketplace where you can sell your digital or physical products. Sometimes a lack of sales from Etsy can mean that your niche is very saturated and there's a lot of competition. You'll know if your niche is oversaturated if you're currently doing the following things. You're constantly creating products, you're using primary and relevant keywords, and you're making sure your listings look professional. If you already have those 3 things and you're doing them, then yeah, chances are you're probably in a very saturated niche. But don't stress, because that basically means you just need to narrow down your oversaturated niche. What I mean by this is you have to find a micro niche in that niche. So your micro niche could be ebook templates for Airbnb owners. Once you start creating products just based on this niche and you're starting to get sales, which most likely you probably are going to get more sales because you're just solely focused on this micro niche, that over time you can expand. This does require time and patience. I wouldn't stress too much about feeling like you're in an oversaturated niche, because that just means it's high in demand and all you need to do is just narrow down on that niche. Number 2 is that you just opened your Etsy shop. Did you just open your Etsy shop like last week or maybe even this month? Chances are your Etsy shop is way too new for Etsy to even know what your shop is all about. And I know that there are some shops that, and there are some like sellers that say that they've made thousands of dollars within their first month. And I just personally feel like it's so difficult because there's so many shops on Etsy, right? It's a very competitive marketplace. The likelihood of even making your first sale probably won't come within like the first day or second day, because Etsy really does need to know like what you're even creating. Based on my personal experience, I made my first sale like 1.5 months into my Etsy shop journey, and that was from my sister. And I've said this before, but after that, everything just started going up from then. I will say it's also because of how in demand my product was during that time. My products tend to take off during the fall season, and yeah, it was around that time when my products started ranking on Etsy and people were actually searching for those items. With that said, maybe your Etsy shop is too new still for Etsy to figure out what you're even selling, and I would say just keep, doing the things like posting consistently, making sure that you're really narrowing down your niche, and give it like another month, because I think normally it takes 2 months to really start to see growth. Number 3, your listing photos aren't clickable, because the first thing that an Etsy buyer sees is your listing photo. If they think it's dull or doesn't stand out enough, chances are they're going to look at a different Etsy shop than yours, which is like the hard truth, but it's true. A solution to this is just to refer to other Etsy sellers, see what they're doing to rank on the first pages, and see if you can make your listing photos a little more similar to what everybody else is doing. I'm not saying to plagiarize, like you don't want to plagiarize, but you can gain inspiration from them. And these Etsy shops have been at it for a while now, so they probably know what makes a buyer click and what doesn't. Okay, and number 4 is that your products are seasonal. I can relate to this because when I first started my Etsy shop, I honestly chose my niche based on a whim, and I didn't really do much research in terms of how much I could be making per month or whatever. I just wanted to create like a specific niche that I could see like, oh yeah, people are buying this, and it's not like a dead niche. That's why, again, like going back to why I felt like I was able to make sales kind of like pretty soon, was because my products were seasonal and they sell really well in the fall, and then it dips down during the winter, kind of picks back up in the summer. If you're not seeing any sales, you do want to consider if your niche is seasonal. Like for example, if you sell gift baskets, most likely they're going to be more seasonal around like Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's Day. So So it's not necessarily that something is wrong with your product. So what is a solution to this? You can actually create more products that are non-seasonal, but also niche specific. For example, gift baskets for teachers or gift baskets for your boss. You know, you can create a gift basket for a specific occasion, specific occupation. You know, if you're creating a gift basket for your boss, I think what could help is instead of focusing on specific occasions, you could also focus on specific occupations, certain people in your life, like gift baskets for moms or dads or your best friend or boyfriend, and will allow you to expand your niche. So number 5 is that your products are probably not SEO optimized. You need to make sure that you're doing the following. You're optimizing your titles, tags, and descriptions. For example, if your product is minimalistic green necklace, you should also be including that primary keyword minimalist green necklace in your description somewhere, and also in your tags. So a solution to this problem is to go through your titles, tags, and descriptions and make sure that you're really optimizing your products by using primary and relevant keywords. And number 6 is that you don't have enough reviews on your Etsy shop. If you're still very new to Etsy and you don't really have reviews, I would focus less on sales and getting more reviews. I don't know if I said this before, but it's so true. Like, what could make me make an informed decision on like buying someone else's shop A compared to shop B is the number of reviews a shop has or what people say about their product. Really important that you build trust among your buyers, and a way to do that is to build your reviews, and that could help generate more sales. If you're interested in actually like an in-depth guide on how to get more 5-star reviews on Etsy, I've actually wrote a whole blog post on this, so I'm going to include a link down below. Number 7 is that you are not consistent with product creation. I can speak from personal experience. I mean, my previous video, not previous, but like maybe 2 videos ago, I was talking about how I wanted to start over and start a new Etsy shop. And that was because I had a dead Etsy shop. The main reason why I had a dead Etsy shop is because I wasn't consistent with product creation. You really do see a dip in sales or crickets in your sales when you're not creating. And I'm specifically talking about digital products. Etsy in general favors shops who are active on its platform. You know, if you are just expecting sales and you're not putting in the work, then Etsy is not going to prioritize your shop compared to new Etsy sellers who are, you know, at it. So a solution to that is to keep creating listings, but you don't have to create a product every single day. You can create a product every single week. And that sounds a lot less overwhelming, right? As long as you're like being active and consistent, whether that's like creating a listing, replying back to your reviews, or messaging your customers about something, like that indicates to Etsy, oh, okay, like we have an active seller on our platform. If you're creating a listing, you're giving yourself more opportunities to rank for a certain keyword. And you're also showing Etsy that you're an active seller. They want to keep you on their platform. So they're probably going to promote your products, and that could possibly generate more sales for you. These are the 7 most common reasons why Etsy sellers are not seeing any sales. If you guys found this helpful, please go ahead and click that like button. That would really mean a lot to me. And as I mentioned in this video, I'm going to include all the links that I said that I would in the description below. If you have any questions, please feel free to privately email me, or you can also just comment down below and I would be happy to answer them. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.